Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing some cool toned makeup because I did a reel about this on my Instagram I think a week or two ago. Actually, no, that's a lie. I think 3 weeks ago is when I first dyed my hair and added these baby lights. It's not super obvious, it's definitely very subtle, but they added this toner to my hair that made my hair super cool toned, and it was really different from, I guess, like my natural, slightly warmer dark brown, but it's just because the toner gets washed away over time. So anyway, the whole point is that I wanted to change up my makeup and try some cooler toned makeup products to match my hair. So the first thing I'm applying is this Dior foundation stick. I've been loving this foundation stick so much. I've been using this a lot in my everyday makeup routine, just because it's so easy to swipe on and you just get this amazing wash of coverage that still looks very natural. The day that I'm filming this, we have dim sum lunch with my husband's family and then a big family dinner with my side of the family tonight because it's right before Chinese New Year and a lot of families gather to have one big celebratory like family meal. Tomorrow's actually the official day for it and I'm eating with my husband's family, but tonight we're doing it with my side of the family so I can still see them before Chinese New Year. This is the House Labs Precision Sculpt Shaping Balm. I love this balm so much. The shade is also such a perfect tone for me at the moment because I'm honestly very pale. I'm probably the palest that I am all year around January, Feb. So I really can't use most of my contour products or bronzing products because they're just super warm toned and a little bit too dark for me to wear at the moment. So this shaping balm, which I bought, I think it was during the Black Friday Sephora sale, it's actually just the perfect shade for me right now. I'm just gonna put a little bit down the sides of my nose with whatever's left on the brush, and I just also like to brush it over my eyelids as well because I feel like it just adds very subtle definition, probably only noticeable by me. So for blush, it was kind of hard for me to find a very cool toned blush shade. The only two that really came to mind, and as I was looking that I actually wanted to use, were the House Labs Glassy Lilac Balm. This one is much cooler, but it's also a lot deeper, which is the Westman Atelier Baby Cheeks Blush Stick in the shade Doo Doo Dodo. I think I'm gonna go with this one, but I'll just use a very light hand. I'm gonna pick up some of this product with this angled brush, and then I'm just going to tap it into the skin. I think the steps in a makeup routine that can really turn your makeup look cool toned versus warm toned or vice versa is the blush and bronzer, because even like the wrong combination of a warmer blush with a cooler contour or a cool toned blush with a warmer contour, it can actually make the tones of the makeup clash a little bit. And I always try to do more of like a cool toned flush, but now that I'm looking at my blush collection, I'm like, most of the shades are actually very warm. I also was on Instagram earlier this week and I saw, I think it was just an Instagram post, I forgot by who, but basically what they were saying was all of the blush shades that beauty brands have been coming out with in the last like 10 years have leaned super warm. Even when they say there's a balance between warm and cool tone shades, when you actually look at the shades, even the cool tone shades are actually warm. But the color that our cheeks naturally flush is actually a lot cooler. We just don't flush a natural coral shade on our cheeks. It's usually a much more cool toned red, almost like a berry shade. So I thought that was really interesting, and I definitely feel like that is true when I look at my makeup collection. I've definitely leaned towards warmer shades at one point. Like I thought I had autumn coloring for some reason, but my hair was much warmer back then. If you look back at my old Instagram posts, I had warm brown balayage hair, and that definitely made me look very warm and autumny. But now that my hair is closer to its natural shade, I definitely feel like I'm either a winter, maybe a bright or a deep winter. I'm actually not really sure. I went to Seoul in, what year was it? 2024, and I got my colors checked, I guess, and they told me I was actually a light spring, which at the time, I definitely feel like I was. My hair was still a little warmer. I was a little tanner because by the time we went, it was in June. So I definitely had like deeper skin than I do now. And I could see why I was a light spring then. Now, I don't really know know if I'm a light spring, but I feel like these kinds of things you would just have to take with a grain of salt because, I don't know, whatever colors and shades that make you feel most like you, most confident, I feel like that is the most important thing. By the way, the steps that I did not talk through, I used the Tarte Creaseless Creamy Concealer just under my eyes for a little bit of coverage because I do have quite dark under eye circles. And then I used this Huda Beauty Easy Bake Pressed Powder. I use that mainly under my eyes. And then I'm using this Kosas Cloud Set Powder just to set all of my face, because the Dior foundation stick is actually quite a creamy, glowy foundation. So if I don't set it with powder, my hair is just gonna stick to it. And in Hong Kong right now, it's starting to get humid again, which is wonderful. And I say that very sarcastically because I don't like humid weather, but I deal with it like 9 months out of the year here in Hong Kong. So that's that. For highlighter today, I want to try out this new highlighter that I got from Sephora collection. It's the Colorful Luminizer in the shade 3 Pink Flash. I didn't just randomly pick this up because I feel like this is such a random product for me to just show and have bought recently, but Katie Jane Hughes used this I think over the summer, and I always had my eye on it and I never actually picked it up, but recently there was a sale for Valentine's Day here in Hong Kong for Sephora and I picked it up. So here we are. I am just gonna pick it up with my blush brush and I'm just going to use it almost like a blush topper, and I'm just gonna put it right on top of my blush. Ooh, I already see it. Like what you can see in the pan is pretty much what, you know, the effect will be on your cheeks. There is a slight pink shift to this powder. Ooh, and it just kind of tints your cheeks this like cool toned baby pink. Oh, that is so pretty. I'm just putting some on my nose as well because I love having blush and highlighter on my nose. I feel like it just ties the look together. Okay, before I put on too much, I'm gonna put it down. But I really like that effect. Okay, we're gonna move on to the eyes, but I think I'm gonna do that later. I was gonna use my lip stain, but I'm just gonna do it when I get there. For the eyes today, I don't wanna do anything super crazy. I just wanna do a winged liner kind of look using eyeshadow instead of using eyeliner, because I feel like the effect will be a little bit more soft and diffused looking instead of it being super harsh like if I use a liquid liner. So I am going to start with this dark blackish brown shade. This is from the Lisa Eldridge Fawn palette. These are some of my favorite palettes because, first of all, the mirror is so big. I can actually see my entire face in it. Sometimes mirrors this size will only show like your nose, and that's really not helpful when I'm trying to look at my entire face. It's like a uniformed look. This mirror is the perfect size. I love the variety of shades in each of the different palettes. You can also customize these palettes and buy the individual shades if you want to. And I'm pretty sure you can switch it out in the palette. Like you can just, yeah, there's holes so you can poke out each shade and you can add whatever shades you want and build your most ideal perfect eyeshadow palette. Ooh, is that kind of dramatic? Nah, I think it's fine. I honestly don't do winged liner too often because I'm just kind of lazy, and I feel like winged liner requires a lot of effort just to make sure that, you know, it's even on both sides, it's not too dramatic. But every time I do a wing, I just love my makeup on those days. And just because there's also this metallic brown shade right here, I'm just gonna put a little bit on top because I think adding a little bit of a metallic shade will make the wing look a little bit more luminous, and it'll go with the rest of the look really well. It just adds some depth to the liner. You know, like when you turn your head and stuff. That is what I'm gonna do. And then I'm going to curl my eyelashes with this heated eyelash curler. I get so many questions about this eyelash curler, and it's one that I got on Taobao. So Taobao is a website that a lot of people use in Hong Kong and also in mainland China. They kind of just sell everything and anything, and whatever you find on Amazon, you can also find on Taobao. But I will try to see if I can find the exact link for this on Amazon because I'm not sure Taobao ships worldwide, but I can definitely link both links just in case you're also based in Hong Kong or in China and you want to get this lash curler because it's honestly a game changer. I had another lash curler that I used before which basically looked like a heated comb that you would just kind of comb through your lashes once your mascara is already on, and that one worked pretty well, but this one, like, it's just incomparable. My lashes are so much more curled with this. It's so much quicker. So for mascara, I'm gonna be using the Kill Lash Superproof Mascara from Clio. This is one of my favorites because it just doesn't smudge. It adds length and volume, and it holds a curl all day. I'm just gonna do a light layer of this so it's not too dramatic. Just like that. I feel like it opens my eyes so much, and it just makes them look very wide awake. So to finish off the eyes, I'm gonna be using this little highlighter end of my Too Cool for School art class highlighter. This is a dual contour stick. So the other side has a contour shade so I can contour my nose and stuff. And normally I will do that, but today I think I'm just gonna keep it pretty simple. And then I just like to use an eyeshadow brush and blend out this highlight so it's not too harsh. Now for the lips, I am going to start with this Wonder Skin Wonder Blading Lip Mask, and this is in the shade Whimsical, which is actually my favorite shade because it's the most natural looking on me while still actually looking obvious. Because they had this one shade called XOXO, which is super natural and light looking, but the thing about that one is that once I wipe it off, it doesn't even look like I have anything on. It looks a little messy right now, but you just have to trust the process and it'll be fine. So I'm gonna leave this on for about like a minute or two, and then I'm gonna rub it off because I don't like the stain to be too dark. So yeah. Okay, so now it's been about 2 minutes and I am going to clean this off. And this is the stained effect that it gives. I love it because it just lasts all day. You don't have to touch up your lips. But I'm just going to contour my lips really quick with this KJH Precision Sculptor Stilo in the shade Etch. And I pretty much just run this only along the edges of my lip, like this. And I feel like it just evens out everything, all the mistakes that I made with that lip stain, and it just makes my lips look super plumped. And then for lip gloss, to finish off the look, I'm gonna use this Cool Toned Baby Pink gloss from House Labs. This is one of my favorite gloss formulas. It's perfectly thick, but not sticky, and it just creates the most glassy look on the lips, just like this. So this is the finished makeup look. I hope this is cool toned enough. Let me know what you think of this makeup look, or if you try it yourself, and if there's anything you would change, or you have any advice for me on how to improve this makeup look and make it even more cool toned or something. Please let me know. I would love to talk to you guys in the comments. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will speak to you guys soon. Bye.